Man, do I love rating things. And today, I will be rating the games that I've played on my YouTube channel. From GOAT, Great, Good, and Nothing Special. So I decided to keep it as simple as possible, just so there's no confusion. And I'm going to tell you my criteria. It's going to be how good the game is, how good I portrayed it, as in, like face cam, talking, the good commentary stuff, all that good stuff. This will be the very first one I do. In the future, when I gain more, more pedigree, I'll definitely have more of these rating videos based on what I have done so far. But without further ado, let's get into this. All right. So how it's gonna work is I'm not going to tell you what the GOAT game is to the last minute, and then I'll decide. But first up, we have Outlast. Now, Outlast is just special. I mean, this thing is arguably the greatest horror game of all time. I think it is. Everybody thinks it is. And really, it's not talked about enough. I mean, if you haven't played it, that's fine. But listen, you gotta play it. It's one of those things you just have to do. It's amazing. It's scary. The story's amazing. The atmosphere is on point. You can't hate it. So with that, we're putting it in great game. All right. Outlast 2, on the other hand. Outlast 2. Outlast 2 was a pretty decent game. It had its up and downs. The one gripe I had with it was, it didn't really have that, much of a sense with it. You know what I mean? Like, I had to search up a lot of things, and things didn't really make much sense. And it kind of subtracts from the overall experience, if you get what I'm trying to get at here. So, for me, short and simple. It was fun, but it's a good game. It's a good game. I'm not gonna knock it. Little Nightmares 2, not 1 or 3, which is not even out yet. But Little Nightmares 2, man. I mean, I can't knock this game. I think this is the game where I died the most in. Like, literally, I think I died like 20 times. Like, not even joking. Like, I legit died 20 times. That's like unheard of for me. Not saying I'm like some amazing MLG man, but I don't usually die that frequently in like these horror games. I didn't die too much in Outlast. I didn't die too much in Outlast 2. So this was an insane experience of just death on death on death. That being said, it was really fun. I had to get the hang of it. But for me, personally, like at the end of my videos, I say when I play it again, I probably wouldn't. So for that, it was a fun game and all. I'm gonna put it in good game. All right. That being said, next we have Whack Your Boss. I did recently. Whack Your Boss is a hood classic game that we all love and know. I mean, you can't hate it. I mean, it's amazing. It's one of those games that you just got to go back on once in a while. So this is a game that, it wasn't really a game itself. It had like a trademark, So like Whack Your Boss, this edition, Whack Your Boss, that edition. And, it just created another subgenre of different Whack Your blank, things. So this is not really anything that I would put up with these games. So it's nothing special. No disrespect to Whack Your Boss. Resident Evil 3. Like Outlast, this is another game where I had to, or Outlast 2, another game where I had to search things up, which I didn't really appreciate at all. Zero appreciation for that. Otherwise, it was very scary, and up until the Outlast, this was the scariest game I ever played. So, this thing was good. It was decent. It wasn't like anything spectacular. I bet other games, other Resident Evil games are better that I haven't played. I do want to play Resident Evil 2 and 4 and, whatnot. But this game was good. And I'd say it's a little better than Little Nightmares. Tomb Raider. The first one being. The Tomb Raider was a good game. As you know, I played it all in one video. I condensed 45 hours of gameplay into 1 hour, so your boy did that. I'm going to say Tomb Raider, this was an amazing game. I mean, this game was super fun. Like, this game was incredibly fun. I'm going to put this at great game. Next, we have Tomb Raider, The Rise of Tomb Raider. This game was phenomenal. I love this game a lot. This is my favorite out of the three, and this is why it would rank ahead of the other one, the first one. That is just my opinion. Like I said, I played in the same video game, or I played in the same video rather, and yeah, it stuck out from the rest. Next, we have Tomb Raider, The Shadow. I'm gonna say this is a top of good game. I'll say this is above Resident Evil because I had a little more fun with it. Yeah, it's not as good as the last two, but I mean, I guess you can't really have it all. So, other two were amazing. So this was not bad. It was good. All right. All right. So next we have Red Dead Redemption, the first one. This game was amazing on all fronts. The story was amazing. Everything made sense because I played the second game before the first one. So really, the second one is the prequel to the first one, which is like how is the first one the sequel when the second one is the, you know? So it doesn't make sense. But in the story wise, it made sense to me because I already understood it, and it was amazing. I mean, this game was super fun. I had a lot of ways to play around with it, and I love the video that I made of it. It was a really good video. One of my best videos, and one that I kind of go back to frequently to just look at because, man, I mean, it's so fun. It's a really fun game. So I'm going to go ahead and put this at great game because, I mean, you can't really beat Red Dead when it comes to that. And also, I'm going to go ahead and put it above both Tomb Raiders. Undead Nightmare. Undead Nightmare was the DLC to Red Dead Redemption, and it was a pretty good DLC. I mean, I made a good video out of it. It was fun. It wasn't as scary as you would think it is, it being zombies and all, but I made a fun video out of it. And yeah, I mean, there's just nothing too crazy. It's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it at good game. I'm gonna put it below Outlast 2. And yeah, I think it deserves that spot. Red Dead Redemption 2, arguably, not saying I believe this, but the greatest game of all time. The graphics are amazing, the story's amazing, the characters amazing, the video I made out of it's amazing. You know, not to self-glaze myself, but you know, I think I did a pretty good job. And you know, this was, I think, one of the very first videos that I took, you know, it pretty seriously when it came to editing. Like the other ones, like, you know, we'll get to later, I didn't really edit as much, I didn't really involve myself as much, the commentary wasn't as lively until, you know, around Red Dead 2. So I'd say this is one of the few best games all around. I'm gonna go ahead and put this at the second spot right here next to Outlast in great game category. Now we have Doki Doki, the anime game, lads. You know. I'm gonna say this game was like a one-off thing. You have different endings, but I don't really feel the need to go back. You know, I could, but it's a long process. It's a lot of talking. Like right now, like my mouth is getting dry from all this. No hate, but man, this game makes you read subtitles, and it's like you're lightheaded. You're lightheaded. Honestly, you are. So it's a good game. There's a lot of games like it. I'd say it's top, nothing special. It's definitely a very scary game when you get down to it. You know, a lot of drama, a lot of everything you wouldn't think is in this type of anime game, but it's pretty scary, you know. So next we have FIFA. I'm gonna make it a broad FIFA, just everything. Like, you know, I played 23, 24, 25, so we're just gonna leave it at that. I'm not done with FIFA, as you guys know. I got a series going, so it's not really done yet. FIFA is, I'd say it's the bottom of a good game. Honestly, it's not like an impressive thing to have on your resume, but you know, it's just something for the lads, basically. So we'll leave it at that. Five Nights at Freddy's, again, we're gonna encompass everything Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's, I would say back in the day, this thing was kicking. And if it wasn't in your great game category back then you're tripping. But it is 2025, lads. So this game, I'm gonna say, is top of nothing special. Attack on Titan 2, the video game. This was, honestly, this is one of my worst presentants. I don't know how to say it. You know what I mean. Presentations of a game. I didn't have a face cam. I didn't talk. The subtitles pretty much carried. The most viewed video to this day on my channel is Attack on Titan 2 video. It was the Hook Drives one, so that's a pretty big W. But other than that, it's not really anything crazy. I wouldn't say it's underrated. I think it's fairly rated. No one really talks about it because it's not anything special, you know? They should come out with season 4, and then it'd be special. But for me, I'm gonna go ahead and put it at the bottom of good game. I mean, for me, it's underrated. It's not talked about enough, but I can understand why. Gang Beast. I have one video on my YouTube channel about this, and I personally don't think it's anything that crazy. It's really fun to play, you know, couch play with your friends and all that, but it's not anything special within itself. There's no commentary, no face cam, no anything in the video. The game itself is great. A lot more updates now, but honestly, this game would be nothing special. I'm gonna put it below Five Nights at Freddy's. Next we have GTA 5. This game would be great, but I don't have face cam, I don't talk, I don't do nothing. It's a lot of goofing around. Obviously, I mean, back then I didn't edit too much. I used Share Factory, so it wasn't really crazy like that. I'm gonna go ahead and say GTA 5, for what it was back then, it was amazing, but as a game on my resume now, I'd probably say it maybe just sneaks past Attack on Titan. Friday the 13th, the game. This is a peak game. I mean, I played it not in its prime on my channel. I played it off, you know, camera in its prime when it was the best game in the world. Now it was my very first couple of videos were Friday the 13th, so no one probably watched them. It's just me fighting against bots, so who really gives a freak? So for Friday the 13th, I can't, you know, putting it in my heart that saying it's nothing special would be a disservice to this game. It honestly would. But considering the time period, considering, you know, no, what's it called? No face cam, no commentary, no edits. It's nothing special. I put it at the bottom of, or the middle, I should say, rather, second to Gang Beast, kind of in this area. It could flop either way, but it's honestly nothing special. And with that being said, now is the time to wrap this video up with the greatest game on my resume. In my opinion, you knew it was coming. And that's going to be Red Dead. Nope, psych. It's Outlast. I mean, Outlast is the greatest horror game of all time. It's one of my favorite videos that I made. I've had the most fun making it. It's my longest video. It was the game that truly broke me, in a sense. You know, I've screamed so loud on countless occasions, and they were all real screams. But this game, that freaking doctor peeking out the door stuff, that made me sound like a pig, like a little squealing little baby pig. Exactly. That's exactly what I sounded like. So, you know, if it does that to me, you know, it's gotta have some pedigree. It's gotta have some worth. So, this game is not just, you know, the scary game. It's got a great story. It's got a great atmosphere. It's got a great, you know, tone. It's got a great everything. I mean, it's literally the full package when it comes to horror games, and it redefined the genre for me. So that is why I put it in the greatest game on my resume to this date. Obviously, we're going to have more ratings, but for this, within itself, Outlast takes the cake as the greatest game on my resume. Point blank, period. There's more to come. Let's just say we have some hood classics cooking up. Let's just say we have some Outlast DLCs cooking up. Outlast Whistleblower cooking up. But with that being said, see y'all in the next one.